I just realized I had this muted. And I had this muted as well. I can't believe I did that. I just realized I had this muted. There we go. I am sorry, guys. Okay. Oh, man, that's embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Okay. Let's try that again. Though for some reason my screen capture music isn't working. Okay. Can you guys hear the music now? This music doesn't seem to be working very well. Yeah. Oh, man. At least the audio wasn't working at the beginning. Although now the music's not working. Oh, wait, there we go. It's just quiet music. Okay. Let me know if the music's too loud or if it's too quiet. I still can't believe I did that. How long did I stream for before I realized that there was no audio? How long was that? Like, oh, where's the time? Like almost 5 minutes. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, well. Okay. Let me retry the introduction again. Oh, man. Okay, so let's try that again. Welcome to the stream, Coleman, Fluid, and Chase. Glad to have you here as always. So what we're going to be starting off with today is redoing this shot right here. During last week's stream, I had noticed the flicker, but I didn't think it was that bad. But if I put this in full screen, I don't know how well it shows on your screen. But the flickering to me is really distracting. It kind of breaks the calming atmosphere of the animation. So while the animation itself was good quality, the flickering just isn't good. So I've gotten rid of the light that caused the issue, and we're going to redo the shot again. It is sad to have to redo a shot. Like, that is a pain. But it's better that than having a bad quality shot. So let's adjust our lighting a little bit. And this is the light that doesn't flicker, so we're set up now. Okay. So, I'm going to get the standing. That way I can see what I'm animating. This one's kind of a strange angle to animate at. If the audio is still working and the sound's working, could I get some thumbs up in the chat? Just so that I know that this is all working. Because I'm now terrified that this is not working at all. A frog in the chat. Okay, I'll count that as a thumbs up. Frogs count. Okay. Oh, I think the music's doing the thing where it doesn't play when I don't have the tab open. I thought I fixed that setting. Let's see. Autoplay. Oh, it's just a quiet introduction. Yeah. Allow all autoplay. There we go. Okay. Okay, I'm seeing thumbs up and frogs in the chat. Audio is good. That is great to hear. So I'm going to look at the original shot again. So he kind of leans up a little bit, gestures for David, and then he looks down once David lays down. So that's the movement we're doing right now. So let's have the shepherd be looking a little bit more like that. Okay, that's a little bit too much. He needs to be looking at David's face. I think we can make that ever so slightly better. There we go, I like that. I think that looks good. Okay, Fluid, I'll see you when you come back. Okay. Gonna adjust the focus just a little bit. We should have his face more in focus. Even though at this point we're doing such minor changes to the focus, it will not be noticeable. But just for the sake of ease of animating for me, I want to adjust that a little bit. Okay. There we go. Believe that, yeah, we've got the camera set up how I want it. I think it looks good. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to capture some still frames. Make sure that nothing is moving that we don't want. So let's do about 18 test frames. Oh, I forgot. Keeps doing the thing where... On my old computer, I could get the mute button to actually work. I haven't figured it out with this one, where it mutes the beep every time there's a photo. But it's really only annoying when you're doing like a time-lapse one like this one right here. When you're doing just individual photos at a time, it's not really that annoying. There we go. Let's see. Any obvious movement? I think there was a little bit. I did readjust a light while it was going, because I noticed one of my lights was on battery and not plugged in. I think it should be good, but we're going to do another 12 test frames. There we go. So for those that are in the chat right now, how are you guys doing today? Anything cool happened today? I just dropped a Lego piece on the floor. Oh, there it is. Okay. This should not have any movement to it. Yep, that's good. That's what we want. Now I am going to look at my original footage quite a bit because I really liked the original shot minus the flickering. So we're going to... Usually I wouldn't like hyper-analyze the original footage this much when I'm like recreating the shot from real life. But in this case... I absolutely want to. Okay, so it looks like, let's zoom in. We've got about 16 frames where the shepherd is sitting still. So we are going to have 16 still frames. Let's see, multiple frames. There we go. Coleman, you couldn't find any brick separators, sadly. Yeah. I had a lot of fun making that video, but yeah, you do need a lot of brick separators to be able to make those Lego claws. So, but yeah, I had fun making that video though. I know that my local Bricks and Minifig in Springfield, they used to sell a bunch of them. I don't know if they still do have a bunch. I'm sure they do. But I haven't seen them there in a while. There we go. So now, did I have him lean up and then gesture, or did I have that be the same movement? Okay, so I had him lean up, gesture, and then lean back. Okay, so he's gonna lean up for a little bit, then gesture. And we want to keep this nice and smooth. This is a very small amount of movement. Or at least it should be. Yep, there we go. Let's see how that's looking. Yeah, there we go. I think that's a speed that I like. Yeah, that's looking good. There we go. So the key with this video in general, but especially shots like this, is it's a lot of this whole video, it's meant to be, because obviously it's a psalm that David wrote to the Lord. specifically. And this isn't like a battle psalm where David's saying like, deliver me from my enemies. This is a very calming psalm. So I'm trying to keep the movement very smooth and calming and simple. I don't want it to be very overstimulating. Like, kind of like how you see like a lot of the like influencer videos where everything's like quick shot, overstimulating. That is not what we're going for here. We're going for very nice, smooth movements, very calming is what we are going for here. Like that, I think there's a little bit too much movement. There we go. Let's see how this shot is looking so far. Yep, and then what we're going to do is when people lean forward and adjust like that, they actually lean back. So they kind of lean forward and then back. Actually, maybe we won't do. Let me see. I think I kind of like it how it is. Like maybe just like one more shot where he doesn't even move his hand. He just barely leans forward. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I like that. Hey, Croissant, welcome to the stream. You got a lot of homework to do, and it's the second last week of school. Yeah, I feel you there. I know I started the stream a little later than I meant to, but we've got it set up, so. But thank you for coming by to say hi. And good luck with all your homework. You got 2 weeks left, and then it's summer break, so I'll try to have some really fun live streams once the summer hits. And welcome back, Fluid. Okay, so I think we're going to have him sit still like 6 frames before he gestures again. Okay, let's see how this is looking. Okay, that felt like it went really quick. There we go, yeah, it was just playing my footage quickly. Sometimes it does that when it lags. Hey, Jim Bob, welcome to the stream. Okay, this is the part that makes me a little nervous. Okay, this is a weird angle to try and grab a minifig. His hand by. I think that'll work, though. So right here, he's gesturing for David the sheep to lay down because it's safe. There's no animals nearby that'll hurt the sheep. Fluid, did I try the brick separator thing? I haven't tried it yet, but I will try that. That looks like a fun idea. Can you comment below the instructions on like, not like picture instructions, but just how you said to place them? I want to make sure that I do it right. Okay, let's see how this looks now. It's a little bit of a fast movement, but I think that it's okay since it is his hand. Okay. You just stack them? Okay, I can do that then, yeah. I'll definitely try that. Okay, and now he's putting his hand back down. There we go. Okay. And I know at about 45 frames is when, in the initial shot, I had him finish his movement. So actually pretty much on pace. Obviously the angle of his hand and slight speed changes between the two shots, but I think that's okay. We don't have flickering, which is definitely something we don't want. Okay, let's try it again. There we go, yeah. It's like lean up, it's like, hey, you can lay down. Yep, I like that. So then, we're going to pull up the original footage. For this one, I am going to have to pause the music, because I do need to hear. Because I believe I had it timed so that the sheep laid down on the word lie down.
He maketh me to lie down.
Yeah, lie. Yeah, we're going to have him... As soon as he says lie is when we want David the sheep to start laying down. So that means we go to 123, which is actually where we're at. That's frame 45.
To lie down in green pastures.
Okay, so now we just need to know how long the total shot is. Okay. It is 4 seconds, so 4 times 24. Plus also 13 frames. So add 13 to whatever this is, which gives us 109 frames. Okay, we can do that. There we go. Common, let me see how much brick separators cost on the PHP. Chris, I have to go. I have to try my hardest to come back once I'm done. Okay, good luck coming back. Hope good luck with everyone's homework. I know that it's a busy next few weeks, so I completely understand if people can't stick around for long. I just appreciate you guys even coming to say hi, so no pressure. I wish you all the best. So you guys have got this. We're almost there, then summer break. Okay, I feel like I kind of want there a little bit of a break here, so I'm going to do at least, let's do another 6 frames. Fluid, you're going to do some missing Bible journals for school and then work on your tomorrow's math because you like to be ahead. Gotcha. Yeah, it's good to be ahead. That is not a bad thing at all. Okay, now this is when we try to make the sheep move and not look weird, because he actually doesn't have any moving parts. So it's been kind of funny, this whole animation, that our like narrator character, like almost the main character really, doesn't have any moving pieces, which definitely makes things interesting. Oh, hey, Jim Babalooey, welcome to the stream. How you doing? Okay, I feel like that technically is movement. Oh, that's really slow. I feel like that might even be too slow, but we'll see. Could just be that he's like gently falling down. Okay, now this time what we're going to do is going to get some sticky tack onto his back legs. This will make it so that he can fall a little bit at more of an angle. And if I do this right, the sticky tack shouldn't really be visible. Yep, it's not visible yet. And then once it becomes visible on his legs, we'll just move it to the side of his body. And then we should be good. Let's see if we can do one more with the sticky tack attached to his legs if it's not visible. I can't tell if that's sticky tack or like wool. I think that is a little bit of sticky tack. So let's try and just... I don't think that's noticeable. There we go. Jimbo Bluey, I'm good. This looks interesting. What's your least favorite part of stop motion? My least favorite part? It's a little tricky of a question. I enjoy most of it. Um, I mean, right now I'm redoing a shot that I already did. I don't like that I'm doing that, but it will make the video better. Um, but I'd say animating walk cycles can be very annoying. Scenes that are heavy in dialogue, especially if you're trying to recreate footage, can be annoying because it's hard to show Lego people talking. But I'd probably put really simple, boring movements that are repetitive. Yeah, I'd say think whenever the character's doing the same thing over and over again, those are moments that I find kind of annoying to do. Okay, is that too much of an angle change? I actually think that looks good. If I do say so myself, I like that. I'm going to move him forward a little bit though. Or is that too much? Let's adjust him to the right ever so slightly. There we go. And then we have him fall a little bit more. Is there sticky tack visible? Nope, there is not. And at this point, we're actually going to have the shepherd kind of lean back and look at him a little bit. Though I think I had him fall back way too far just now. And we want him to lean back just a little bit. Because he's like watching him lay down into the grass. There we go. Okay, is sticky tack visible? Nope. How do I make the sheep look like it's moving, like it's walking when you can't move the legs? So I'll show you after, actually wait a minute, I can just show you right now. Okay, so let's get up to, I'll just mute this so we can keep the music going. Okay, so this is the shot where it's most obvious. Although you can see it in the, actually let's start with the first shot because it's closer to the camera. So watch his legs right here. He kind of hops like a VeggieTales character. And that kind of just implies the movement right there. And then what we'll do is we'll do this shot, but I'll make it full screen. Is watch his legs. He kind of just hops along is what he does. And it just, I don't know, it works well. As long as there's like, if you make it like that, it's not just like he's walking on a grid. As long as you add some like curve to his movement, it works really well that way. So that's how I've been animating his legs moving when he doesn't have legs that move. Okay. Okay, so now we have him turn his head a little bit more. Let's see how this movement looks so far. I'm gonna have the sheep move just a little bit more. Is that too much? Maybe a little bit too much. I kind of wanted him to more just rotate. That's way too much movement now. I think as long as I just rotate him a little bit, then that should fix the shot right up. And then move him back just a little bit. Yeah, I like that. That looks good. Have his head turn a little bit more. There we go. That's really cool. And does it make the sheep look like a VeggieTales character? It does make the sheep look like a VeggieTales character. But that's not a bad thing. I like VeggieTales. Okay, let's see how this looks. I like that. I think it's looking good. Fluid, you just want school to be over already. You don't want to do exams. That's fair. Exams can be tricky. I feel you there. But you've got this. You're almost there. You'll be over before you know it. I think I'm gonna... Did I have them do any other movement after that in the original shot? And I think I had them, yeah, just sit still and enjoy the moment. So we're going to get that all the way up to, how many frames was it? 109. Okay, 109 frames. So that's about 2 seconds where they're sitting still. That is not bad. That is not 2 seconds. Okay, let's see. I might have to get rid of a couple frames. I didn't do exact math, but... I'm not trying to rush this shot, but I am trying to get it done in a timely manner just because we have already done this shot, and I do want the live stream to be entertaining for you guys as well still. There we go. Okay. Yeah, so after this shot, I've got 2 set pieces already built for shots that we can do for the rest of the stream. And then, if for some reason we finish really early, I might switch to technically a new live stream where we switch it to vertical and pull apart some sets and organize some Lego. But that just depends on how long these shots take. That's me assuming that the shots are going to be really easy and not take long. Which is not an assumption that I should make lightly. There we go. Oh, okay. There we go. We just took 109 frames, which means we can stop it right there. Well, I think I accidentally took an extra one. Yeah, there we go. Wait, that is not what I wanted to do. Oh, what did I just do? Oh, no, I just undid all the pictures I just took. Can I go forward? Is there no forward besides Control Z? That is not what I meant to do. I think I'm gonna have to redo that. I accidentally undid all the pictures I just took. Oh, man, that stinks. I can't believe I just did that. That's really annoying. Is there... Oh, I could have sworn there was a button that would let me... Oh, man, I can't believe I just did that. I just undid all of those pictures. Although I did just realize all I have to do is just... If it's just duplicates, I can just take 5 of the same one and just copy and paste it. Fluid, my flesh is telling me I don't want to do Bible journals, but I keep telling myself no. Yeah, it can be hard. Sometimes whenever you're working on Bible stuff, whether it's your devotions or Bible projects or just reading in general for the Bible, you have to really tell yourself, like, nope, I am not going to get distracted. I need to do this. Doesn't make it any easier, but yeah, it's a lot of self-control. There we go. We're just copying and pasting because it's the same frame over and over again. There we go. Let's see how this looks now. How does this finished shot look? Wait, did that just change? Did the camera move slightly? It appears it did at some point. I can't tell what... Oh, it's when the sheep fell down. The camera moves. It is such a minor movement, though, and I'm not saying that just because of trying to avoid the flicker thing. I'm only noticing it because I am staring right at it. It moves less than a millimeter, so I don't think it is... And that's actually something I can probably fix in the editing, so I'm not going to worry about that. I think the shot looks great. I'm just being super picky because I was looking at the corners instead of the actual action of the shot. There we go. Okay, 1920 by 1080, yes. Want it on... Oh wait, we can put it on even higher setting. Well, then we're putting it on the highest quality setting. There we go. Okay, I'm glad to see in the comments that no one else can notice what I'm talking about. It's okay. When you stare at the screen, because obviously my screen's bigger than yours, probably, just because I bet a lot of people are watching on a phone, and I'm also like, my face is inches away from the screen while I'm checking this. The corner of the screen moves like barely at all, but I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to make sure this is going to the right spot. Yep, there we go. Exporting movie. Oh, and Oe, welcome to the stream, Oe. I think someone might have said do before, and I didn't do it because that's when I was having my audio issues. But yes, do. The camera won't be able to see it right now, but I'm gonna open the can right next to the mic so you can hear it. There we go. Hashtag do the do. Hashtag sponsored, not sponsored. Hashtag I really want money, so somebody sponsor me. Okay, let's have a look. There's more flickering than before. What has happened? The flickering is really bad. What has happened? I think both my lights just got busted. I need to put those two shots side by side because something's not right here. There is some bad flickering. Let's see this if it picks up the flickering. It's not picking up the flickering on my screen. What's with that? I mean, barely. What is going on here? Okay, maybe I'll do some investigating here. Okay, project media, video. We're going to import, let's see, over here, Psalm 23, video. Okay. I don't know if it's just a graphical thing and I'm imagining it, but let me put these next to each other. Okay. It is definitely flickering. It's flickering worse than the first shot did. What is going on? Okay, what we're gonna do is I'm gonna shut off my light that I suspect is causing the flickering, and we're gonna see if that fixes the problem. Oh man. Yeah, I agree, Fluid. Yeah, that flickering's bad. No worries, Zoe, if you can't stay for super long. This is a bit of a late... I did get a late start on this stream, and I know that a lot of you have school to get to, so... I know you've got a lot of studying to do, but yeah, let's figure out this flickering issue. Okay, so what we're gonna do... Gonna set this back to normal, and we're going to do... a new take of this scene. And we're just gonna take... I don't know. How many photos? Let's take 48 frames. Because I feel like what the problem is that my side lights that I've been relying on for a while, I feel like that they have given up the ghost. Jimbubbly, there is lightning outside. I know there's lightning outside, but I'm in a windowless room, so that shouldn't add to the flickering. Although I don't know if you're just pointing that or if you're crediting the flickering to that too. But really... Just looking at it now, I bet it's my side light. Oh, that's sad. I've been using these lights for a while. It might be the end of the line for these lights. I'll probably just order 2 more of the ones that I'm using at the moment, because they're nice, good quality lights, and they have not steered me wrong yet. Or did I just... I wonder if I if I put away the light that actually wasn't the problem and kept the one that was. I wonder. Let me test that. Let me turn the other one on and see what it does. It might be. I might have just been using the wrong light. That's kind of embarrassing. Let's see. There should be enough frames where if there's flickering, we can see it. The flicker at the end doesn't count because that was me turning on a new light. Okay, so we're gonna delete those few frames when there's movement in the corner because that's just me adjusting another light. Now what we're gonna do, so we've got about a second of this, so we're gonna take another second, and then we're gonna add the light that I think I might have had the wrong one out, and see if that fixes it. Yeah, I know it's dark now. This is just test footage. See you, Jim Bubbalooey. Have a good one. I can't wait to show you the video when it's like actually working and not awful. I'll see you when you get back, Owie. Have a good one, man. Oh, man, this is not how I want this stream to go. It started with me having audio issues for like a solid 5 minutes. And then we did an entire shot only to have lighting issues. So I'm hoping that adding this light back, the separate one, isn't going to be an issue. Because I've got a feeling that the flickering is from my old lights, and I think I just put away the wrong light, I think is what I did. Okay. Let's try 36 frames so we can get through this quicker. Fluid. Yeah, I think there are other people watching right now, but not other people in the chat now. I really hope it's not my nice lights that are flickering, because they were a little expensive. What could it be? I know there's one more thing I can try. I know that depending on how you plug it into the power, sometimes if it's like too many extension cords, it makes the lights flicker. Now granted, this is the same one I had for the other shots, and we only had one shot flickering last week. So hopefully that's not an issue. How's my life been? It's very busy right now. Work's been busy. My brother gets married this Saturday, so that's really exciting. We got some friends and family that are visiting. I'm moving out in like 2 weeks. So it's all good stuff, but life is just really busy. So I'm happy I was able to fit this in today. Even if I started the stream later than I usually would like to. Did I watch any movies recently? Nothing super recently, to be honest. I'm trying to think. I don't even remember what the last movie I watched was. I think it might have been when I went and saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters. Now, granted, that was awesome to watch in theaters, so that is not a complaint by any means. Okay, we're gonna call this Test 1. Although I'm hoping it's the only test we have to do. How about you, Fluid? What have you been up to? I know you've got school wrapping up pretty soon, which is exciting. Oh, I have not watched Iron Giant yet. I will get around to that. It'll probably be once I've moved out. Because I have not lived by myself like ever. I've always had either roommates like in college, or I've lived at home with my mom and my brother. So I'm not used to, or at least one of my brothers, if not all of them. So I'm excited, but yeah, I don't like to be alone. But thankfully, I get married in September, so I'll be living by myself for very long. Okay, please no flickering. It's still flickering. No. It's flickering. Oh man, it's not the lights. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. I do not know what's causing the flickering right now. This is bad. Wait a minute. Is it because my camera's pointed down? Because we didn't have that problem with any other shots, did we? Let's see. Yeah. Because I remember we animated this shot second. This shot turned out fine. This shot has no flickering. This shot has no flickering. So I wonder if it's just that the camera is pointed down. Okay, let's try another test shot again. This time what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the camera... Oh, this looks trippy right now. Okay, we're going to re-point the camera. Okay, that's just really close right now, but that's okay, because what we're going to do is we're going to point the camera at the blue of this set piece. And let's maybe include some of the white, that way we've got some contrast. Sing to stop the flickering? Singing is not going to stop the flickering. Me figuring out what on earth is going on is going to stop the flickering. Okay. Okay, so we've established that it is probably actually not the lights. Which means I can actually use all of my lights. So there's at least that. So what the main thing we don't want it to be is we don't want it to be a USB connection issue, which I don't think it could be. What we especially don't want it to be is the camera. If it's the camera, then we've got a whole new set of problems. Mainly that we don't have anything to video with. So let's... Okay, there we go. We've got... All of my lights are now shining at the place we're taking photos of. If my theory that it's just when the camera's pointed straight down it flickers, it'll be a weird problem to fix, but that's fixable. I'm trying to think of what else it could be. What's my ISO at? Let's check that. Let's just pause this. Actually, did I accidentally... No, it is still on manual settings. Let's have a look. ISO is at 200, which is what I usually film at. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything that's causing red flags there yet. I'm just going to try capturing... Oh, wait, why did I do that? I'm just going to try capturing a short amount of frames here to see if we get any flickering again. Let's see. Checking the battery levels of my cameras. They're both running at a point that they should be fine. Not battery of my cameras, battery of my lights. The annoying thing is I can't see the flickering in this window right now. I have to export it first. And that's when I can see the flickering. You thought maybe it was noise from high ISO shouldn't be at 200. Yeah, I've never had the problem from the ISO, and I've run it up to 800 before without any issue. Okay. So there's nothing we can see flicker-wise right now. Let's export this movie. It could be that we've got it on a high setting, but I don't think that should affect anything, but we'll try a few things based on what we need to do to get this to work. It shouldn't take long to export because it's just the same image, ideally. If it's flickering, then it's not the same image. Okay, here we go. It's just when the camera's pointed down. There is no flickering. That's so weird. I know there's a little movement. That's just because I adjusted the angle of the camera. That's so weird. That's bizarre. That is so weird. Huh. Fluid, any sneaks on the 5K special? Not yet, not yet. I've had to adjust it a little bit. Initially, I had an idea that was a little bit more over the top. But since I started planning it, we've gained 300 subscribers. So I can't do anything that would take me that long to make. Otherwise, it would release when we're at like 6,000. Okay. So the flickering either has to do with the angle of the camera. And yeah, it has to be the angle of the camera. That doesn't make sense. Is it too zoomed in, maybe? I don't know. Let's try another test. I'm gonna set up the shot we had before. It could maybe be something that it's too bright. Maybe. And it's just like, I don't know. Well, we're gonna try again. But we're not gonna be moving our characters. We're just gonna set it up, and I'm gonna try to make sure that it's not too bright. I can't remember how high I had the camera, but this seems right. Okay, I'm gonna adjust the lighting as if I'm animating normally. Okay. So we want the light to fill the scene, but we don't want the lighting to be so bright that it's, I don't know, maybe it's too many reflections. I don't know. We're gonna experiment. See what we can do here. Oh, wow. I almost like this framing better than the original time I did it. Oh, no, this is exactly the same. That's why I like it. Oh, no, it is a little different. It is. Okay, I'm tightening the camera stand so it doesn't move. Okay, and now it's definitely too bright right now. So I'm going to... Oh, no, it couldn't have been the brightness because we tested brightness. But I'm still going to... We've now done a shot where we got it to not flicker. So now let's try that again. Okay, we want the shepherd and the sheep to be in focus. Okay, I'd say the lights are a little bright right now, so we're going to dim them. I'm going to see... Okay, maybe not quite that much. Gonna adjust these around a little bit. Ah. Well, that light just fell. Let's fix that real quick. There we go. I wonder if I like put lighting all the way around from different angles. Yeah, that actually looks pretty cool that way. Let's try that. I know it's really bright right now. Don't worry, I am going to dim these lights. Okay. Oh, no, we don't want lights that change color. That would not be useful at all. There we go. That's like bright, but it's not like exuberantly bright, not over the top. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So we've got it set up to where it looks pretty good. Let's try and see if we can get this to look good. Fluid, if you need any voice actors, that would be fun. I'll have to get back to you on that. I don't think I'm going to need voice actors for this one, but maybe for like 10,000, we'll get some like fan voice acting in. That'd be a lot of fun. Okay, I'm really hoping this works. Because of the flickering issue, we're gonna have to do this shot 3 times potentially, if not more. And while I do like this shot, I don't want to keep doing it. That's a little bit much. Okay. Let's have a look. It's almost done. Just another 16 frames. Then we'll export it as test 3, and we'll watch it, and hopefully the flickering will be gone. I hope. I really hope that it's gone. If it's not gone, I'm going to be really sad. because then I'm just gonna have to move on to another shot and hope that that works instead. But now I'm gonna be wondering every time I take a photo if it's flickering or not. Okay. Is there any obvious flickering from this angle? I'm not seeing anything, but typically I can't see it in this window. Okay, export. Test 3. Please work, please work, please work. Please don't be flickering. Okay, let's see. Ah! It's still flickering. I don't understand it. That doesn't even make sense. So that means that ideally, if the problem is that filming vertically adds flickering, which I don't understand how that's an issue. If that's the problem, in order to film this shot, I'm gonna have to make this entire set sideways, and then have David the sheep fall up a wall, and just use camera angle tricks to make it look good. Oh, that's gonna be fun. Okay, we're gonna move on from this shot for now. Darth Venture, your audio isn't working. Fluid, yours is working. Let me see if mine's working, because I'm watching on my phone. Audio isn't working. Fluid, yours is working. Okay. That might be on your end, Darth Venture. Oh, welcome to the stream, by the way, but I'm sorry if your audio is not working. We did have audio issues further, but it seems to be working for everyone else. Oh, it's your phone audio, got it. Okay, well, what we're going to do right now is we're going to adjust my completion bar to show that this shot is not in fact done. Which is really sad. But we'll get back to that. So we're going to move on to shot 4. Oh, this is so sad. That is such a pain, man. I can't even figure out why filming vertically would be an issue for flickering. There's one more thing I'm going to try. No, I could experiment with this shot all day. We need to get something done tonight. And I think we can move on to shot 4. And that's something that's very doable. So we're going to do that. So, file, new scene, scene 4. Okay. Man. That is really disappointing. Although now that I think about it, how many times have I filmed straight down before? Have I? When's the last time I did a video where I filmed straight vertically? Like, perpendicular to the ground. Let me see. Man, now that I look at my previous videos, that could have been an issue that I've had for a while and not noticed, because I don't generally stream straight down. I mean, video straight down. So that could just be... I'll do some research on that once the stream's over. Just because I don't like to just Google things on stream when I don't know what's going to pop up. Because the internet's a crazy place. So, we're going to move on to the next shot. There we go. I'm going to move my lights out of the way. We're going to move the set piece. Although I suppose we do need the sheep and the shepherd still. There we go. Okay. Okay, so we're looking at... I can't think right now. Shot 4. That's the shot we're on. Which is hopefully going to go a lot simpler than this one did with shot 2. At least that's the goal. I really hope that that's what happens. Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do if it's flickering on that one. I am having a bad day with knocking that light over. The fact that it's not the light causing the flickering is a miracle, but we have tested and proven that it's not the light. But if I keep dropping it, the light is definitely going to give me issues. At least it's the cheap light I keep dropping, not my nice expensive one. Okay. I'm noticing right now, I've got a lot of wires crossing each other right now, so I'm actually going to adjust this real quick. There we go. I'm sorry that there's not much for you to see while I fix the wires that are all crossed over now. Well, I suppose the camera's actually pointed at them at the moment, isn't it? That's kind of boring. Let's at least angle the camera so you can see the set. Get a sneak peek. Look at that. We got a little forest. Fluid insert elevator music. Yeah. Okay. What's this cable? Okay. And why are you tangled up so weirdly? You know what? The cable doesn't have to look good. That's fine. I can live with that. As long as it's not going to knock anything over. I already adjusted the one that kept falling over, so that's okay. Okay, now this shot, I believe, it's a perfectly horizontal one. So, this one should not have the same issue as before. But we are going to do test footage that we will export to make sure that we don't have a repeat of the last one. I'm still really annoyed about. Okay, how did I... Oh no, I had this up higher. Because I remember I did like a test shot of all of these. Okay, I'm noticing that there's some blue light coming in from behind those bricks. But hopefully once we adjust the lighting, that won't be a problem anymore. Oh yeah, that doesn't really become an... actually, we're going to move this back a bit. That'll make it a little easier. We can leave it like so. Gonna need some new duct tape for this shot. Moving that light. Okay, how did I initially have this set up? Because this does not look right to me at all. This does not look... How zoomed in did I initially have this shot? I'm looking at mine. I do remember taking a photo of how I had this shot set up. No, not that one. The camera was... Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did. So we're going to adjust this real quick. Yeah, I definitely had this set up at the wrong angle. I was like, this does not look right. And I've tested these camera angles because I didn't want to have to mess with them on stream. And here I am messing with camera angles on stream. Okay. So I originally had it. So it was actually further back. Like so. Yeah. I'm seeing what I did now. So it was further back. And from memory, it was like heavily zoomed in. Because I wanted it to be a very personal moment between the sheep and the shepherd. Yeah, like that. That's what it was. So we're just going to lift it up just a little bit. Okay, gonna point it down just so that we don't have the blue bricks of the sky visible. And what it was going to be the shepherd feeding the sheep. That's what this shot is. Okay. There we go. What's the white? Okay, so the white is how I remember where I had the characters positioned. In fact, let me grab a brick separator so I can move those without changing the whole set. Although, I do still need to tape the set down. There we go. But yeah, the white is where the characters will be standing. And this is what I did so that during the stream I would know. Wait, this light's flickering. Is that... No, that's not the one that was causing the flickering. I need to stop worrying about that. So I remove this piece. And that is where the sheep were standing. And then the other one is where the shepherd was standing. There we go. Hey, Go Play Outside, welcome to the stream. It has been an eventful and not very at all productive stream today. My vertical filming setup, where I was going to like film like the animation from above, like the actual shot, not just the me animating, it kept flickering. So we've learnt that when my camera is pointed straight down, the flickering of the video gets really bad. Why? I don't know. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to dust this set off. Make sure there's no dust. Where did I put that leaf? Ah, there we go. And then dust it off. Because while we can't see it right now, there's probably dust on the set. We don't want there to be dust on the set. We want it to be nice and clean. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to adjust the focus. We want the focus to be on the sheep's face. Okay. I think I like that. Yep, that looks good. Okay. Go Play Outside, you finished your frog life cycle set. And it's perfect with the new LEGO Ideas Challenge, Super Science. Nice. Your technology has been sucky too. After you took a shower, everything went straight under. As your TV lost sound, your iPad is slower, and the other TV is broken. Oh, man. Oh, so you've been having technological frustrations too. Okay, I feel a little bit better then. We'll suffer together. Okay. There we go. So what he's going to do is he's going to bend down, give him some food. I think we can angle this a little bit. Maybe you should stand further back. That way it's more like... Yeah, that looks better. I like that better. I know it's a slight adjustment of position, but I like that. I think that looks good. I'm gonna keep this nice and simple. Is my set piece stable? I think I can add some tape to the back, which I think would be good. Make it very stable. There we go. The set piece should be very stable now. There we go. Go Play Outside. You tried screaming at the TV to be hopefully relieve your stress and fix it in the process, but nope, just made you somehow angrier. Yeah, yelling doesn't generally make people more calm. Now you're just building more Lego for some other projects. Hey, that's a good idea. Whenever you're frustrated, just build Lego. Okay, at least the shot this time looks pretty good. We're still going to test for flickering. So what we're going to do is, first of all, is the framing of the shot good? I think it looks good. Let's see. Go Play Outside. A project you've had in mind since early 2024. Greek mythology creatures and Greek gods. That could be interesting. That could be an interesting one. I think there's a few ways you can go with that too. Okay, I like the framing of the shot. What do you guys think? Do you think this is a good frame? I think I like it. I'll go up outside. Should you do the mythology creatures or the Greek gods? I feel like you get to be more creative with the creatures than with the gods. Because they kind of all just look like generic people, if I'm completely honest. And I'm going to add another layer of green bricks at the top. Because right at the top, you can kind of see blue. And I don't really want to make the shot any more pointed lower than it is. So we're going to add a layer of green. And that'll hopefully make it look a little bit better. And we don't have to worry about blue leaking over. Because the idea here is that they're like next to like a... They're like deep in a forest where the sky is not really visible right now. Is the vibe that I'm going for. Yep, that's better. That's much better. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another layer on top of it. Because this will make the seams in the bricks more compact and not have as much light leak through from behind. That way it's not super obvious that there's a giant blue piece of paper behind the set. I don't know how before I thought that making the background as small as I had it was a good idea. But hey, live and learn, like we've done this entire stream. Okay, Fluid, you think the shot looks good? Thank you. I'm liking this one. I think that this is a good one. At least that is the makings of a good one. While I'm replying to comments, we're going to test for flickering. Although, actually, let's adjust the lighting first, because I want the lighting to be set. I'm actually going to be doing the shot. Let's see. There we go. I like that light that way. Can I move this one a little closer? There we go. I'm going to move these lights more to the side. Yeah, there we go. That adds a little bit more... so not everything's so bright. There's a little bit of contrast to it now. I like that. So now what we're going to do, shoot multiple frames. We're going to shoot... well, really before we could tell if it was flickering in 24, but let's do 36. Okay. Go play outside. I'm mainly thinking of just mythological creatures. You've done the Hydra, the Griffin, and I'm working on the Cyclops. What other creatures should you add? Oh, what's it called? Is it specifically Greek? Oh, I mean, you could do a Minotaur. Minotaurs are pretty cool. And then, like, if you want to do, like, actual, like, biblical creatures, there's the Leviathan, like what Fluid suggested. I know it's not Greek, but the Leviathan's cool. But that just kind of depends on if you're looking just to do Greek mythology or just awesome creatures in general. I'm thinking of doing a Subnautica video eventually. Probably more builds than stop motion. That would be fun to try and do that in stop motion. I just feel like it would be tricky. Because filming underwater scenes, it's a lot of animating things that are floating. Which is doable, and it's something I should learn to do more of anyway. But I do want to I especially want to do some Subnautica builds, because I've had a lot of people request different creatures from the game. So, we'll see what happens there. Okay, nothing here looks bad right now. So, this is going to be... and what we're going to do is I'm going to start titling the test shots as shot 4 test 1. That way I know what it's a test for. There we go. You gotta do the Minotaur first because you have a few pieces in mind. Awesome. Okay, please don't be flickering. Yep, no flickering. That's the problem. The problem is literally just when the camera is pointed straight down. Oh wait, is there a flicker? If there is one, it's so slight that I can't see it. Wait. There is a flicker. There is. Yeah, I can see it now. It's not as bad as before, but it's definitely there. Man, I don't know what's going on here. Can you guys see it, or is it just in my head at this point? Am I just going crazy? I think you're right. I think I'm just going crazy, because it's only like when I stare at like a particular pixel. I'm going crazy. Okay, my brother said I'm going crazy. Okay. Okay, I need to get out of my head. It's just the vertical shots that are not working. And I already, in my head, know how to reframe that shot so that it looks the same, but isn't filmed perpendicular to the set. So, we'll, probably next week, we'll try that one. Because it's going to require me doing some construction. Or I might not live stream it, I might just time-lapse it and, like, make a short showing, this is a problem I had. This is how I fixed it. That might actually make a good short. I might do that. Oh, man. Okay. Just calming down. This shot's gonna be fine. I don't need to worry. Why is the aspect ratio this way? Isn't it meant to be 9:16? Oh, no, no, no. That is not what I meant to do. I meant 16:9. Is that not the aspect ratio I've been filming at? Oh, it's exactly the same. That's why I did that. Yeah, nothing changed. I'm still going to set it to 16:9 because that's what I'm editing at. But yeah. Okay, we're good. We're good. GoPlat said, how long will I stream for? I kind of don't really have a time in mind, but since my first shot I had to completely scrap twice, I want to finish all the shots that I possibly can for the night, which is this one and one more. I've got two more. I've got this scene and one more that are built where I don't have to make many changes. So what I'm going to do is we're going to pause the music and we're going to figure out the timing of the shot based on the audio of the outline that I've got. So let's listen in.
He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me. He restoreth my soul.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, yeah. Okay, so when he restoreth my soul. So I wasn't really sure how to show that originally. I had it set so that he was just going to put like his hand on the head of the sheep. But that's really similar to at the beginning. He puts his head on his hand on the sheep's head and just kind of like pats him. Which works for that shot. But to do that again just 2 shots later is definitely too soon. So then I thought, restoreth my soul. So in the context of the sheep, his soul being restored, my immediate thought went to food. So that's what we're doing here. He's feeding him some grass.
He restoreth my soul.
So what we're going to do is I think when he says he is when we're going to start having the shepherd actually move. Let me see. We could have the shepherd holding his staff, but I feel like this shot looks better this way. So I think we're going to leave it this way. Although let me see, how many frames is it before he says he restoreth my soul? It might just look better if there's movement almost immediately. Sometimes that's a thing where you don't really want it to start off with a still image. So, okay. Let's see. Because if it's just still for like 5 frames, yeah, 11 frames. Let's do, he'll start off still, but then slow, it might be a little bit before the end of the shot that he moves his to give the grass to David. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at how long this shot is. And actually, I think I can just put my mouse here. Okay. It's 3 seconds plus 5 frames. So 3 times 24 plus 5 is 77 frames. Okay, this is a very doable shot. Okay, and GoPlat said you're working on the minutes right now. Awesome. I'm hoping to one day have a Discord for the channel. That way when people have all these cool Lego builds, we can all just post them in there. And I don't have to find everyone's social media because it takes forever to find everyone. So that is definitely something I would like to set up at some point. But we'll see when we can do it. Okay, we've got the music going. We've got a plan. So I think we are ready to start taking photos. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to... Actually, that's what we're going to do. To make it so that the movement is smooth and it's like he's standing there for like a split second and then moving, we're going to start off the shot with the shepherd looking down at David and then putting out his arm. That'll look good. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to have him like that. He's going to look down. Yeah, that'll look great, actually. Okay, so we've got onion skinning turned on. That way we can see the frames. I'm going to angle my phone. There we go. Was Fluid, I want to make sure I'm just understanding. When you said that'd be great, was that in response to the Discord comment about having a possible Chris Comedy's Discord? I'm trying to gauge interest. But it is definitely something that is on my radar of something I'd like to do. Awesome. Okay, that is what you're talking about. Awesome. Because I only want to do stuff like that if you guys will use it and enjoy it. And I think it's a good way we can connect the community a little easier. Because right now people are like, I need to show you a picture for an idea I want you to build. And I'm like, while I know people can just message me, I kind of don't want people just messaging me ideas. Just for internet safety and also just for practicality in general. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's a little bit too much movement. Let's... There we go. Okay, I think that was too much. Let's see how that looks. There we go. Too much movement again. We still want this to be nice and smooth. Nice, gentle movement. There we go. And let's actually just play this shot and see. Yeah, that's... I know, like, right now that looks kind of dumb, but once we have the full movement, this will look good. Okay, that's a little bit too much. It's funny, I'm almost having more trouble filming this one than filming a fight scene, because in a fight scene, all of the movement is really quick. And I feel it's a lot easier to make quick movements look good over slow movements. But that's good practice for me. It's something I need to be good at anyway. My goal would be that I know how to animate most types of footage one could use in a stop motion. I don't want to be just good at one thing. I feel like that's not how an animator should be. An animator, like, while they should have their specialties, they should not only be able to do their specialty. There we go. And at this point, it's called ease in, ease out, which is when the movement starts off slow and it speeds up a little bit, because that's how people actually move. That's how all objects move, pretty much. Is they start off slow, they go fast, and they slow down again. Now, obviously, if you're doing, like, throwing a punch, you don't really slow down at the end in the same way. It's more of like you hit something and that slows you down. But most movement starts off slow, speeds up, and then slows down again. Which is what we're doing right now. That was funny. It kind of lagged there for a moment. This is a good program, and it's just with all animation, eventually you'll get lag. So it's kind of funny though when it lags, because for a moment I'm just like, why did I film that frame 8 times? Like, oh, never mind, it just froze. And one thing I am going to do, so even though this video has like really soothing music, a calm voiceover, I am going to add sound effects that are just going to be very quiet. So like, for example, in this shot, once the sheep starts eating the grass, there will be like a small amount of munching sounds. Just not anything. Oh, actually, I just noticed I angled the grass in when I did that. So let's redo the last frame and just fix the angle of the hand. There we go. I think that fixed it. Yeah, that looks better. Let's see, go play outside. The Minotaur is coming out a lot better than expected. You'll finish this one before the Cyclops. Nice. Okay, at this point, we want to lift his arm up, and it is not cooperating. Uh-oh. It's okay. This is a very fixable. Oops. I think this is very fixable, yeah. I mean, it's Lego. I can put him back in the right spot. Except that I bumped that leaf. No. Let's see if I can fix that. Oh, no. That's so sad. I'll see if I can fix that, but that's going to be... Those flexible plastic pieces are a nightmare to put back to the way they were. Yeah, we're going to have to restart this shot again. Oh, man. I bumped the leaves. Oh, well. We're getting in my practice today for sure. Okay, attempt 2 of this shot. It seems to be the theme of today is that everything's taking more attempts than it should. Okay, did I have him? Yeah, that feels like he's further away than he was before. Is that right? Ah. Okay, what's the final? Yeah, I had him one step forward. Is that right? Yes. Okay. Let's try this again, folks. Oh, man. Today is very much making me not feel like a professional animator. But we will get there. We will get there. If I just have one shot at the end of today that looks good, that'll be progress. That'd be nice. Oh, I'm just noticing right now that I have some leaves right here that are positioned so that they're actually touching his cape. And that's just asking for them to get bumped. So we're going to actually modify the positions a little bit. On that note, I'm actually going to angle that leaf away from the sheep, just because he'll move a little bit. Yeah, so we're going to learn our lesson a little bit here, and move the leaves around so they're not as easily bumped. Yeah, there we go. In fact, this one, we might be able to position in general a lot better. There we go. Okay. I'm not going to count that as a new attempt because I only took one photo. Okay. There we go. Attempt 2A, I guess. Okay. Just the smallest amount of movement. And that's a little bit too much. I want to start off a little bit less. A little bit less. Come That'll work. Okay. There we go. I feel like live streaming these my stop motion streams, while it's not as like obviously upbeat as like the building streams or even the streams where I'm like pulling things apart, I feel like they're the most honest streams that I have. Because like when I show you like the creative process for how I build something, it's very easy to be a lot more spontaneous about this. Whereas with the stop motion, a lot of planning goes into... That was too much movement. A lot of planning goes into it, but even when you do a lot of planning, there are things that still go wrong. And right now, this is one of those streams where a lot of the animation I'm doing isn't exactly going my way. And this is... I feel like this is... While it's annoying for me, I know that there might be a few of you in the stream right now that like either do stop motion or you want to do stop motion or just hard things in general. And this is a good reminder that like it doesn't matter who you are, how long you've been doing this. It gets tricky sometimes. You make mistakes, you have to redo things. And so I think that this is... While it's annoying for me to have a stream that's not going off perfectly to plan like I want it, I'm having technical difficulties galore, I'm having to redo animation shots. I feel like it's a good reminder that I'm always going to have these kind of problems. You guys have these kind of problems too. And I just bumped that leaf again, didn't I? Oh, I didn't. Whew. I'm going to try not to bump that leaf. I know I could get rid of this leaf right there, but it's such a good position for it, and I want to keep it there. And while trying to avoid hitting the leaf, I moved him way too much. Okay, now he's not moving enough. There we go. Okay, Sigma, you can't see the stream because you're currently on Disney Wish. I didn't know it did that. Imagine building the regular show house in the scale of the Lego Simpsons house. That would take a while and it would probably be around 1,000 pieces. I haven't actually seen the show, so I know nothing about it. Or it'd be like the Krusty Burger where it opens up like a dollhouse. I think Lego sets that open up like a dollhouse are a great idea. None of those shows that you mentioned are ones that I watch. But I do like the builds that open up. I think that they're a brilliant idea. I like them. So if any build that way is just cool. Okay. Okay, if we're going to angle the... Let's see. Does that look better? There we go. Now he's... Most of the movement is going to be in the arm now, even though I am going to have him still be leaning down. And then we're going to have the movement slow down again, kind of that ease in, ease out we were talking about before. Let's see how this looks. There we go. I feel like that looks pretty natural. We're just going to add a little bit more movement so it's not quite a jarring stop. So he's going to move that a little bit more. I feel like that's a really good last shot. Let's see how that looks. Oh yeah, that I like that. And right when the grass gets to the sheep's mouth is right when he's going to start, the narrator will start saying, "He restoreth my soul." It'll probably be on, so he says he on the 11th frame, so it'll probably be right as he says, finishing he and start saying restoreth. So I feel like that's going to work very well. And what I'm going to do is have, let's see, a couple seconds of pause here. 6 frames seems to be a good response, but let's make it a little bit Just add a 7th frame just so the movement doesn't feel as predictable. I know it's not going to be super noticeable, but I try not to animate with the exact same gap between each movement unless I'm animating like a robot, which I have animated a robot before. But there are no robots in this video. So what's going to happen is David's going to look up. Yep, that's a nice little amount of movement. So he's going to look up at the shepherd, kind of like, almost like he's asking for permission, or maybe I'm going to have the sheep like bar at this point, something like that. Oh, I bumped the leaves, no! Let's see if I can fix this. Okay, I'm determined to try and fix this, because this shot's been going really well. Okay, which direction did I accidentally bump the leaf? Okay, it's going to the left. Okay, I feel like... Okay, so now I've bumped it too far forward, so we're going to hit it back a little bit. Okay, so now I've overcorrected it. No, it's still going too far forwards. Okay, let's try that again. Am I going to have to redo this shot again? Let's see. Okay, I know that if I focus, I can get this to work again. Okay, let's just start with placing it straight down, because I feel like that's how I initially had it. Okay, apparently that is not how I had it. Okay, so it was leaning a little bit back this way, is what it was doing. I'm just going to have to restart it. I'm going to have to... If I keep trying to adjust the leaves, it's not going to work. Okay, attempt 3. And I also just noticed that the music finished. So I'll get a new playlist up and running. I wonder if I can move the leaves just one more stud backwards. Does that still look good on camera? That still looks good on camera. And that decreases the chance that I'll hit it. I am making so many mistakes today. So many mistakes. I hope this animation turns out really good and that people like it. I mean, it's obviously it's full of lore, especially considering this is a Bible video. But it would really be an encouragement if people like see it and that it's an encouragement to them. It's not even views. I just want it to encourage people. Okay, I'm gonna do some music with a little bit of a bop to it because I need inspiration to not give up. Okay. Here we go. Attempt 3. Oh, that hurts to say. No, not getting discouraged on this. Only the best is good enough. That's literally the title of today's stream. And if that's not poetic, I don't know what is. Okay, let's do this. This is going to be fine. It's going to go great. This is going to be an encouragement for people, and that is the goal. I want this to be an encouragement for people. I want people to be so encouraged that they go and read Psalm 23. They read all the Psalms just because they're inspired after watching this. That is the goal. Let's see. Oh, I remember Go Play Outside. Yes, you were telling me about you were working on that worship song. I'm glad you're able to finish it. That's awesome. Congratulations. Okay. Attempt 3. Okay. Here are the goals of attempt 3. Do not touch this leaf, or this leaf, or this leaf while I am animating. Feel like while I'm moving the shepherd, it's easiest to accidentally hit this one. When I'm moving the sheep, it was easiest to hit this one, but I've got it a lot further away now. So I just got to be really conscious about it. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. That's a little... Oh, is that too much movement, or am I just being... I'm going to see if I can make that a little bit of a smaller movement. Okay, that somehow became more movement. That doesn't even make sense. Wait, is that because he moved? No, that's definitely too much movement. Oh, I see the problem. He wasn't perfectly on the stud at the beginning. Yeah, we need him to be straight on. Okay. There we go. Okay. Okay, that's too much movement. Let's see. There we go. That's a nice, simple amount of movement. Right where I wanted it to be. Okay. Was making the movement start off nice and slow. And a little bit of build up. So I'll move just a little bit more now. Yep, there we go. Now he's going to start reaching out with the food. I don't know if it's technically grass. It would be a form of grass. I don't know. Obviously, it's not like the regular grass that's just on the ground below their feet right now. But the main point being that the shepherd is handing David the sheep some food. Minotaur's head is done. Nice. I can't wait to see it when it's done. I think it will look very cool when you finish that Go Play Outside. Okay, I definitely did too much movement there. How does that one look? There we go. That looks good. Okay. I'm going to turn the music up ever so slightly. Let me know if the music got too loud. Okay. There we go. Now he's going to lift his arm up even more. Okay, he needs to at least move a little bit. He didn't move at all there. There we go. Okay, I'll see you when you get right back. Oh, both of you. Oh, yes. Definitely grab dinner. Definitely eat dinner. Food is important. It's actually the point of this shot right now is he's getting food. Okay, I'm going to add just a little bit more movement. Hopefully without moving the rest of him. At least not much. I feel like that will look good. I like that. Okay, so now we're going to do the 7 frames we did before. Then we're going to animate David the sheep looking up without him, well, without me, bumping the leaves and making the shot not look good. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so now he's just going to move back ever so slightly. Yep, there we go. Oh, I just knocked over a light. I was so careful to not hit anything else. And I knocked over an entire light. It is not my day, my friends. I can't even tell how to fix that. I have to do it again. No. I can try to match the lighting so I don't have to redo it. Oh wait, I just did. I think that's not obvious that the light moved. Oh, never mind. It is totally obvious that the light moved. Okay, let's see if we can fix it. Okay, I think if I turn on off onion skinning, it'll actually be the easiest way to tell. Yeah, I'm not getting this back. Oh, this is so sad. This is so tragic. Maybe we should do a build stream. No, I'm not giving up. Though you do kind of have a point that this is ridiculous. Oh, this is frustrating. I cannot... It's like I have lost the ability to do anything that requires hand-eye coordination or judgment skills today. Okay. Oh, man. Oh, this is so sad. Oh, man. Never have I felt the urge to delete a live stream as soon as I finish it as much as this one. But I refuse to. I'm not going to do it. This is going to be a lesson. Okay, here we go. Here we go again. Yes, here we go again. Attempt 4, I think. I have never struggled so much with a stop motion in my life. Not that I haven't had harder ones, just with a single shot. Actually, no, just all the shots I've tried today. Okay, we can turn onion skinning back on now. Okay. Okay, what I'm going to do is every time I move something, my hands are going straight up, straight down. Not to the side, so that I accidentally knock something. Not back and forth, so I accidentally hit a leaf or a tree. My hands are going straight up, straight down. Okay, I actually don't like that movement. Okay. Let's fix that. Okay, he still needs to be, like, actually leaning forward. Not like that. Okay. It's too much movement, but we're in the right zone here. Still too much movement. Okay, now he hasn't moved at all. There we go. Oh, it's attempt 5? Oh, man, that doesn't... I was trying to instill myself with confidence, man. The fact that you just said that this is actually attempt 5 does not instill me with confidence. But I refuse to give up. This is going to be a good shot, and I am determined to make it a good shot. Okay. Okay, he needs to lean a little further forward. Okay. Okay, looking good so far. Yeah, at the moment, Fluid, it is just you in the chat. I know there are others watching, just not in the chat, but that is okay. I appreciate everyone that's watching, regardless of if they're in the chat at the moment or not. let's think that actually about there. There we go. Okay. We're getting close to where I messed up last time. Let's see. Will I mess up the same way again? Who knows? Hopefully not. Okay, we need his arm to bend. There we go. And I'd prefer if he did a little bit less movement. There we go. So far, so good. Nothing moving, nothing doing anything crazy. Okay. I'm going to do a little bit of just small movement right here. Okay. Okay. I'm going to have him bend just slightly. There we go. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more shot where I just lightly tap him. There we go. That makes it good easing out. Now we're up to the capture 7 frames that we've done 3 or 4 times at this point. Yes, Fluid, we got this. We've got this. We've got this. Okay, very carefully, I'm not gonna bump anything. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's too much movement. Let's make that a little bit less of a complete movement. I want it to be like halfway in between. Okay, that's still a little too much. There we go. I think I'm going to have him try to move just a little bit. I'm going to have him hold that position for a little bit. Okay, he stayed exactly the same. We do need him to move slightly. Okay, come on. Just a little bit. Come on. There we go. Okay, now we're going to have him hold that for a little bit. Let's do 11 frames. Let's see. Fluid, any cool videos coming? Excuse me. Well, there's this one, which will hopefully be out. I initially wanted this out a while ago, but it's taking longer than I thought it would. I've also been very busy. I'd like to have this done. I have Monday and Tuesday off next week. I'd like to get it done over those 2 days. Would be nice. And then after that will be the 5K special. Then after that is the Secret Star Wars project. After that, I'm not going to say what I'm working on besides that. I do plan on doing some tutorial building videos soon. Because I've got all these all these builds that I've made before. But I haven't really showed people how I do it. And I feel like that'd be a good idea to show people my creativity process. My brainstorming ideas, if you will. Okay, so now I want to see. He looks up. I might actually have him just 2 more frames. And then we're going to have him go back down. And I could have him, like, kind of go up and down as he's eating. But we're going for, like, still calm vibes is what we're going for. So I'm going to have him that once he's down to that level, the eating will be implied by the sound effects. Just because I'm trying not to make it look over the top, if that makes sense. This is meant to be nice and calming and simple. Although, we'll experiment. I might add a little bit of movement. We'll see. This is kind of me thinking out loud right now. Actually, I think we might have a little bit of movement. I think we've got it so that I feel like if I keep the movement at the pace that I've been doing it, we can have him kind of move as he's eating a little. Because animals don't sit completely still while they're eating. At least sheep don't. At least not sheep that I've seen. And I've only worked with sheep a handful of times. But one thing I can definitely say is the times that I was with them, they were not still creatures. Okay, so we're going to hold that for about 4 frames. Okay, go play outside. Actually gotta go. Family time. When are you streaming again? Next week on Monday is the most likely time. Oh, let me look at my work schedule real quick. Because I'd like to get this animation done. This one's taking a while. Okay, so I actually get off earlier twice this week. So there's a small chance that I'll have a small stream on Tuesday or Thursday. But I've got a lot of family and friends in town right now for my brother's wedding. So that is not a definitive thing. But if there are any other streams this week, it would be either Tuesday or Thursday evening. But most likely it'll be Monday and Tuesday next week will be my next streams. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to have the sheep go lean up again because he's eating. So it's kind of like he's like going down for munches. Then he leans forward again. There we go. I almost bumped a leaf there, but I didn't. That was close. Well, good night, go play outside, have a good one. I will catch you next time, either in the next few days or next week, whichever happens first. I will see you then. Okay. Gonna hold the frames again for about 4 frames, I think. Actually, let's do 5. Let's see how this looks. So he goes up, looks down, munch. Oh yeah, no, that's gonna look good, I think. I think that'll look very lifelike. Very organic, that's the word. And this shot is meant to be 77 frames, if I remember correctly. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to have him lean back again. Okay, Fluid, you're alright, you're all caught up. Wait, can you see what? I just want to make sure that... What do you mean, like the animation that we're up to? The shot's actually almost done, so I'll show you in just a moment what it's looking like. Yes, I'll show you as soon as we finish this shot, because there's literally like 4 frames left. Okay, then we're gonna have him lean forward again, because I want it to imply that the motion doesn't end as soon as the camera switches to the next shot. You don't want your characters to be standing still unless the whole point is that they were still in the shot. Okay. Okay, and I am gonna, after I take this last photo, I am gonna double check that it was 77 frames, because we've had to redo this several times. Yep, 77 was the total we came up to, which means it should be 3 seconds and 5 frames is the goal. That is the goal. Let's have a look at how it looks. Okay, here we go. It looks up, munch, munch, munch. Yes. And then with sound effects, that'll look a lot better. That's how everything is with animation. As soon as you add sound and music, it looks so much better. Okay. Let's export this shot. And unless there is somehow flickering issues, which, why would I jinx myself by saying that? Aspect ratio, it should be 16:9, even though I know it's exactly the same. Wait, why is it that many pixels? How did it do that? It used to not be able to do that many pixels. That's weird. Huh. Dragon frame's been upgraded. Oh, maybe my old camera, my old computer just couldn't handle it. Because this is like, yeah, because generally it's 1920 by 1080 is what it's doing, but I'll take this. Okay, I was about to say, that's, nah, I don't know what it's doing there. Yeah, we go, 1920 by 1080. That was weird. I don't know why it jumped up the frames, not the frames, the pixels like that. Don't worry, that stuff doesn't matter. I'm glad that you think the shot looks awesome, Fluid. Let's export it and double check that it looks good. And then we'll add it into our completion list. And then I'm going to color grade it as well, just because I want to do something a little bit different for a few seconds. Okay. There we go. I think that looks good. I like it. Okay, so let's add it in. So we're going to pause the music for a little bit. So I can... Actually, no, we'll keep it until I'm actually at the point where we're testing the timing. So, media. We're in video import. And it will be shot 4. There it is. Open. First of all, yes, it matches to our timeline. Okay. Now we're going to add the preset that I made for this video. There we go. And what I'm seeing right now is that the shot looks a lot more yellow. But I don't think that's bad. I think it's because it's kind of like later in the day. Because the next shot is actually... that part's no longer correct. It's not filled with lots of flowers. That's later. But it's meant to be getting later and later throughout the day. So I might adjust it a little bit more. But we can adjust that. Put our progress bar up. Wait, why did it try to stop earlier? Oh, it was trying to match it with an audio thing. Okay, so let's watch what we've got so far. Yes, we did do it, Fluid. We actually finished a shot today. Okay, so we're going to pause the music now so we can see what this video looks like so far. What's going to be funny is it's going to cut to black for the one shot we weren't able to do, but that's okay.
The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the path.
Okay, so after looking at it, I am going to color grade this to add a little bit more blue. It is very yellow. So we're going to turn the color temperature to -35. There we go. That makes it a little less jarring when it cuts from that to this. And I think maybe, let's see, maybe lessen the contrast a little. Let's try 15. I know that's not a huge difference, but I feel like it makes the switch between the two less crazy. Yeah, that matches a little better now. Though obviously the color's gonna be a little different because they're next to water right here. But yeah.
He restoreth my soul.
Munch, munch, munch. That looks good. That shot is a success. On to the next one. On to shot 5. Let's see, it's 10:30. Yeah, we're going for shot 5. We're not stopping. New scene. Scene 5. Yes. Same location. Okay. I'm going to make sure that it, still has the good aspect ratio. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove the tape holding the set piece down. And it is ripping up my blue screen a little bit, but that's okay because it's only ripping up paper on parts that are no longer visible. It's only the very main background that needs to not have any rips in it. Okay. Let's see, Fluid, hide something only you'll know about. I've already hidden something in this video. I don't want to hide too many things in it. I don't want this video to just become hide and seek. As fun as that would be. But yeah, I'm in the 5K special, I do plan on hiding several things in that one. Okay. There we go. Okay, let's put this back to Dragon Frame so that you've got something more exciting to look at than just the music selection. There we go. And then one more piece of duct tape to remove. Well, to remove, I guess. Okay. That set piece goes bye-bye. And now we we grab set piece number 5. Okay. Here we go. So, a little bit of backstory. I actually changed this shot from what I originally wrote down. And the reason for it is that, so the verse that's after this one is that he leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. And it's very easy in life to assume paths of righteousness means easy paths. And that's not what it means, because the next verse is, yea, thy walk through the valley of the shadow of death. And what I don't want to imply is that going through righteous paths for his name's sake means that it's an easy path. So this is actually the entrance to the valley of the shadow of death. Because righteous paths are going to lead us in difficult places. But I'm glad that it looks nice. Like, it's, as you can see, they're walking down here, then they're going to turn around and walk through here. Now, we're not going to animate all of that walking, probably, because the shot is only... Oh, it is a longer one, so we might actually do animate a lot of walking. Let's see, how long is it? Okay, so it's 6 seconds and 2 frames. So let's see, 6 times 24. So it's going to be 146 frames. So we might actually get a good amount of animated walking in here. Okay, I don't know what's going on Instagram right now, but I'm getting so many new followers right now. What is happening? Just checking it real quick. Yeah, I guess I did have something pretty cool happen on Instagram today. So for those who have been keeping up with my somehow controversial opinion that there should be more Lego Padme minifigs, so on YouTube it did really well. The video and the follow-up video combined have almost 100,000 views on YouTube, and then if you factor in Instagram, it does combined. But on Instagram, it got a couple thousand views on each one. But if you've heard of the page, the channel For the Lore, as in the guy that goes through Star Wars shows and movies and tries to find all the actual real props they use that you can buy, he went through, liked my video, liked some of the comments, and then when I posted saying, like, he liked my video, does this make me a real Lego Star Wars influencer? He shared my story and said, yes, it does. And I'm just like, dude, for the lore said I'm a real Lego Star Wars influencer. So, I have been having fun today with that. So that made me feel a little vindicated too. That a big Star Wars page is like, nah, this guy's right. And I'm just like, yes, he agrees with me. Hey, Alexandria, welcome to the stream. But yeah, no Fluid Studios, it was that guy. Yeah, no, it was major W's for me, man. I was so excited. Like, I know, like, it's kind of tricky because, like, stereotypically, you'll have, like, as a kid, like, people will be like, hey, you shouldn't worry about likes on social media. But I'm trying to make a career off of this. So I do care about likes on social media and, like, who recommends my content and stuff like that. So, I was very excited. I was very, very excited. And it's the main thing for me. It wasn't just that he liked the video. It's that he like actually reacted to the story I posted about it. Him seeing it. So I don't know, that it's the fact that like, I don't know, he went out of like, it's one thing to just like a comment in a video. It's another thing to like make add it to your story and be like, oh no, this guy's right. I agree with him. Plus now he's an influencer. That's a Lego Star Wars official one. So, that was a cool feeling. Okay. Got the set piece nice and stable. Okay, now the tricky part with this step, first of all, because of the follow-up scene, the shepherd has to be holding his shepherd staff. And if you were here on the first stream for this animation, when I was using the shepherd staff, it's a pain to animate him walking with. Now granted, it'll be fine. We'll figure it out. It's just hard to, when he's holding something big, it's easy to make the movement wrong. Oh, what's the oh no for? Oh, that I could bump something else with this shot? Well, we're not gonna worry about that too much. Okay, now what I do need to do though, so we are gonna do a quick test shot, but it's not the kind we normally think of. So, at the moment, when we look at the set piece, it's in focus here and blurry back here. But when we export the footage, yeah, I know it's walking. We'll get through it. You'll notice I didn't put any of those leaves that are really easy to bump. These pieces, you can poke those and they don't move. But the other ones do. So the only thing that we could bump is this one. But I think we'll be good. You also notice this tree is way further away. So hopefully we'll be good. But what I am going to do is I'm going to put the shepherd right here in the foreground. And we're going to put the sheep right here in the background. And we want to get the focus so that it's in between the two of them. Because what will actually probably happen is that the focus, if it's in the middle, so we want to get them to where they're about the same blurriness each. I think about there. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn this animation into 1 frame a second, which you should never animate at. But when you're doing test footage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to capture 5 frames, and we're going to export this at 1 frame a second. That way we can get a nice long look at the picture and make sure it's all in focus. And once we've established it's in focus, I'm going to adjust the lighting and make sure that it looks good. So right now, why does it keep doing that? This is a 16:9 shot. And it did that again. It keeps adjusting the pixels. Why does it do that? I don't know why it's trying to do that. Okay, and this is shot 5, test 1. There we go. Export movie. Oh, I kept it at 24 frames a second. Ha, oops. Okay, so right now, yeah, this is not how we want it to be. We want everything to be in focus. So, I'm also noticing that the screen is a little crooked. Only slightly, though. So, there's a few things we can do. We can try to have the focus follow them, which would be really tricky and honestly not that much fun. Or we can have them start further along in the shot. And it will be a lot easier to have them both in focus. What I even could do is have it that... Actually, this might actually look better now that I think about it. Is have David the sheep walking down from here. And then it's the shepherds like right here. Standing over here. And then he's gonna like whistle for the sheep for David the sheep to follow him. Because he's leading him in paths of righteousness. I think that might be how we do it. So let's adjust the focus. And the focus would be more on the shepherd. So it's okay if the sheep is a little blurry in this one. Because it's focusing on the shepherd leading him through paths of righteousness. So I think that might be a way that we make it work. And also, we're going to try and make the shot not crooked. Let's see. Come on. Let's see. What do I have to adjust to angle this this part? Let's see, about here. There we go. Yep, that fixes it. I think it's still technically the camera is leaning like millimeters this way, but that is not noticeable. So what we're gonna do, delete that footage. Gonna capture 5 frames again. Okay, Fluid, how many shots are there in total? In total, there should be 13. The end title card, even if it's not gonna be movement animated, it will be them sitting together. So only 13 shots that are actual movement. Okay, so let's export this one. Actually export it at the correct amount of frames. And then export. And then this is shot 5 test 2. Okay, let's have a look. And that looks good. It's okay if the sheep is not quite in focus here, because that is not the point. It's the point that the shepherd's leading the sheep. I think I am going to move the sheep over a couple studs, but that is all we're going to do here. You know what? I think I might add some flowers on the side. Not a ton, but a couple flowers on the side. Originally, I was like, I want to shot later with lots of flowers. That doesn't mean we can't have any now. So I'm going to add some flowers. Yeah, I'm not sure if I was super clear before, Fluid, but yes, the total amount of shots is 13 animated shots. Okay, let's add a couple of flowers in here. Make it all nice and pretty. There we go. It's okay if the sheep fell over. We'll put him back up. And I'm thinking maybe some white and purple would be a good combination here. Is this white? Nope, that's like the off-white. I am colorblind, so I have to be very careful when I'm set dressing on the go and adding colorful things. Okay, I think I want to add another one of those purplish ones. Oh, this is a different shade of purple, isn't it? I want to try and keep it to the same purple. If I have more of that purple. There we go. And a couple more white flowers. How does that look? I cannot see it. Oh, that's because... There we go. Now we can actually see the flowers. Yeah, that looks nice. I think that adds a bit of color that I think is necessary to the shot. I like that. I think that's not too many, not too few. Fluid, you just said that you like eating raw spaghetti. Please tell me you're joking. Wait, do you mean like spaghetti by itself without meat? Or do you mean like actually dry raw spaghetti sticks. Because that is a little weird, if I'm completely honest. Not awful, like technically not a sin, but it is. You are being serious. You eat them dry. Please tell me you're joking. Like, it's not a sin, but it is a little weird. You're not joking. Okay. I mean, we all have our quirks, I guess. That's okay. You're doing it right now? Oh, man. I don't know what to do with you, man. But, I mean, you are one of the most dedicated fans I have, so I can't make fun of you too much. Okay. Let's see. What was I checking? Oh, yeah. We're going to pause the music a little bit, and we're going to look at the timing of my outline. Let's have a look. Okay.
He leadeth me in the paths of...
Okay, so he leadeth me.
He leadeth me.
I think when he says leadeth.
He leadeth me.
It's about there. Okay, so we're going to add that, which will just signify how many frames it is. Okay, 19 frames. I'm trying to focus. Just every time I look at the comments, though, Fluid's just being like, I'm doing it right now. Just slowly nibbling it down. Dry spaghetti. Oh, I might try it later, but, like, I feel like that's weird. It's not bad. It's just weird. It's a little weird, man. But that's fine. That's cool. I'm still distracted, though. Okay, what was I doing? Yes, 19 frames. Before he says he leadeth me. Let me double check that, though.
He leadeth me.
Yeah, about that. I think I'm going to adjust that to more 17 frames to be more accurate. If I can adjust the timing. Where's the timing? There used to be it used to be an option right there to adjust the timing. Okay, I just want this to be 17 frames. Because I think that'll be right.
He leadeth me.
There we go. Well, you're wired. Oh, weird, not wired. That's okay. Are you saying that ironically, or are you being serious? I don't mean that like as an insult. I'm just curious.
He leadeth me.
Okay. So at frame 19, maybe. Is it one of those things you're not really sure? Because, like, it's not a bad thing. I'm just curious. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so with this shot, we're gonna have, when he says leadeth, I want the shepherd to be already gesturing for the sheep to follow him. Okay. I think I might have him like put his staff down at the beginning. I think that might be a cool movement to have. Okay, I suppose I should do a couple test frames just to make sure the set's not moving. Although we didn't move the camera much for this one, so it shouldn't be an issue. You forgot your sentence was going to be. That's okay. I forget what I'm trying to talk about all the time. I'm not going to poke fun at you over that. Okay, I'm not seeing any flashing white lines, which means that there shouldn't be any movement in the shot as of right now. Oh yeah, we are set to go. That is how we want it to be, my friends. Okay. There we go. And I'm going to have him holding the staff a little higher. Okay, that's a little bit too high. That looks more like... There we go. I don't want it to feel like an angry movement. It's more just that he's... You know what I might actually do? I could have the sheep, like, distracted. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. The sheep's, like, looking at the flower on the side of the road. That'll work, actually. That'll look... Yeah, there we go. He's, like, looking that way. He does that. Kind of gets him to move. Although I'm noticing we've got some lines on his face from one of the lights. So I'm going to figure out which light is doing that. It's a little bit of all of them. Okay, it's not the big ones. Okay, it's a combination of the two front ones. Okay. Okay, I think we're actually going to need the lights to be turned up a little bit. So let's try turning them up to 50%. And let's just raise them. Yep, I think raising the lights will get rid of the glare directly on his face. I don't mind if there's a little bit of glare on his hair, but not on his face. We don't want that. And then we can use the side fill lights, move them in a little bit more. And then dim them a little bit. Actually, no, I think bright's good. Oh, no, actually, we want it to be a little bit darker on the side going into the cave. Well, not the cave, into the valley. Let's see. How does that look? We're going to move that around a little bit. Okay, I don't know. Maybe we need a little bit more light coming from over here. Let's see. Kind of experimenting with the lighting here. I think that actually looks best. Just a little bright. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this wire. It was stuck under a tripod. Let's see, how does that look? I think I like this one. I just realized, I hope this shade of purple doesn't disappear when I do the blue screen, but if it does, it's very fixable. Okay. Fluid, do I know how many species of penguins there are? I have absolutely no idea. That is something I am not sure of at all, if I'm completely honest, mate. Okay. I'm trying to turn this down. Does not seem to be working. That's okay. There's 18. That's a lot of species of penguins. And I just realized with where the light is, it's like right where I need my hands to be to move anything. Okay, I'm going to adjust this because this is going to... I set the lighting without any thought for how hard it was going to be to move stuff. Okay, that's much better. I don't know, I'm still not quite 100% happy with the lighting. I know that when I color grade it, though, it'll add to it. Oh, that's why. This light just straight up died. Yeah, it's not... Wow, what is going on here? Like, depending how I hold the wire, it completely changes the lighting. That's weird. I'm gonna get some duct tape to hold that in position. I was like, it's almost like that light isn't on. Yeah, it wasn't on. It was off. While it's in the right position, it doesn't flicker. There we go. That's better. Okay. Here we go. It's really not my night. I mean, yeah, it's definitely not my night, but I'm going to animate in spite of that fact. Because I like what I do. Did I just move the background? I did not. Okay. but note to self that the back wall is not as stable as it looks. You know, I'm thinking if I started off with the movement straight away, I feel like it's going to be lost in translation that he's getting the sheep's attention. So we're actually going to have him start with the staff on the ground, and he's going to lift it up. Okay. I know there's a way to mute this. I can't remember what it is, though. I'll figure it out later. Okay, now from memory, let's see. This is 146 frames. Oh, whoa, why did it make everything disappear? That's not right. Okay, there we go. 146 frames. Okay. Still getting used to having an Apple computer. I like it, I'm just not used to everything yet. Okay. Okay. He's gonna lift it up. And he's gonna hold that position for just a little bit. And then begin the movement down again. Fluid, almost done with your spaghetti. I'm glad you like the background. And yes, Alexandria, there's a lot to remember when making these. But I enjoy what I get to do, even on days like tonight where I've had a lot of technical difficulties and whatnot today. I'm still enjoying what I get to do. But it is a lot to remember. Okay, not quite all the way down, but he's going to swing his arm back because that's kind of counterbalancing himself a little bit. Okay. Let's see, how does that look? I think that's good. I know right now that because it looks like he's out of focus, it doesn't look like it's a good shot. But I promise that once we export it, it actually is a good shot. There we go. David should do a little hop. Ooh, that's a good idea. That is good thinking, Fluid. Let's have David do a little hop. The angle I had him at is kind of not great for a hop, but we're gonna do it. Oh, I need to... I forgot to move the shepherd on that frame. Okay, we don't want him to change the angle of the staff too much. Okay. Okay, needs to be... Okay, there we go. Now this is looking right. There we go. Thanks for the idea, Fluid, to have David kind of do a little hop. That's a good idea. Oh, welcome to the stream, Andrew's Journeys. Great to have you here as always. And Fluid Studios' big brain, I have an idea, Grug. Okay. And I feel like... we could have... I think we're going to have the shepherd do just a little bit more movement. But not a ton. Just so that the movement isn't so abrupt. There we go. And now we have David kind of turning. And he's going to come back down. And this is when he looks at the shepherd. Okay, let's make sure David's movement looks good. Oh yeah, that's good. I like that. And just anyway, you told me to tell you when that stop motion of yours was out, and it's been out for a couple of days now. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna add it to... Okay, I have added it to watch later. I will watch it after this stream. Thank you for the reminder, Andrew's Journeys. I appreciate that. And I will watch that after the stream is done. Should probably be after this shot is done, to be honest. Because I haven't got the next set piece built or anything like that yet. Oh, I just realized I had him kind of... turn a little bit too much. That's okay. That'll actually make the movement look a little bit better. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna... Okay, I think... This is gonna look weird for a moment. But I think this is gonna work for the movement. Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, it's kind of like he's like getting into position. I think that looks good. What do you guys think? I think this shot looks pretty good so far. I think we're good to continue with the rest of it. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a few frames where the shepherd is waiting for David the sheep to just pay attention. And then what I'm going to have him do is I can't have him say something. I'm not going to have him do like the Mumbleese Lego language because there's talking over this. But I think I'm going to have him do just a quiet whistle like, follow me. Which I don't think I'm going to be able to do it if I try to just do it right now. So I'm probably going to download a recording of someone doing like a follow me whistle. We're having him, as he lifts his hand, he's gonna turn it as well. Gonna have him turn his head ever so slightly as well.